My question is, why are you all letting your kids, when they're trying to get out of high school, go to college, you're letting them do everything on their own? Why are you doing that? Why are you not helping your children get to college? Why are you making them work or get some kind of part-time job or some job at all? Why are you making them do that when they don't have to, when they shouldn't have to, if they're at home with you? I do understand you want your kids to start working, but some of you are out there trying to get them to work so they can contribute to the household. I get that. But if they're still in school, especially going to college, I would suggest, come on, if you're their parents, why are they contributing to that? You know, if you're their parents, why are they have to contribute to the household? Why do you have to, like, hey, since you're 18 now, you need to go get a job because I need help around here paying the bills? I get that. But if you want your child to go to college to make more money, I would suggest if you can make it another 4 years or whatever it may take to get that career going, then why don't you all do that? Then you should all go ahead and do that. Don't sit there and make your child work all their fingers to the bone and they can't even stay up to study and stay up to go to school and make it to, because college is no joke. But see, you all are out here thinking about yourselves instead of thinking about your kids' future. I've seen it done a million times. And then to sit there and let them apply and look for things by themselves and all that. I mean, I understand if they are, if they're independent and they kind of want to do things on their own, that is fine. But what I'm saying is some parents are just not helping their children at all. Did you even also tell your kids that they may change their careers in the middle of school? That they 1 minute they might want to be a lawyer and the next minute they might want to be a chef? Have you told them that is a thing, that it is normal that people change their major all the time, even in the middle of the school year? They may do it by the time they graduate. You're lucky if they do it by the first year. But yes, that is a thing. I can't see why we're not telling our kids about that. Did you also tell them that there's some, depending on what school it is, they don't have colleges or that will help you like they did in high school or like they did in grade school, and people of that sorts. You know, they do have help. There are resources available to help your children or your young adults on their journey, but the help that they were receiving and the push that they were receiving in high school is totally different in college, because in college you're an adult or considered a young adult. You're on your own, and if you come in late, that's on you. If you wake up late, that's on you. If you study past the test, that's on you. That has nothing to do with anybody else. Did they ever tell you that? Did they tell you that, yeah, you're going to be out there in the world, winging it? Yeah, taking buses, taking trains. Yeah, trains. Yeah, taking Ubers, maybe hitching rides with friends. You know, whatever way you can, make it to your class. Scooters, skateboard, you name it. People do it all the time. And yes, tell your children they're going to have to do it too. So our kids need to be informed about what they're going to be in for when they get to school, to college. You know, that the rooms are going to be like, they're going to be like way more, students in a class. You're going to have probably 100 students in some classes. You're going to have 30, 50, 40, it depends on the college. The bigger the college, the bigger the class. So, some kids, that is shocking to them. It's a culture shock almost, because they're thinking, almost like as if they're going to be entering something similar to what high school was like. Not realizing, not knowing that, there's going to be a huge change. Huge change. Yep. So come on, don't set your kids out here by themselves in this world that is giving them a hard time, because they're not going to, a lot of kids don't have it easy. They have to, work their way through the system, through the school system. College is a big change. If they don't have those study habits in high school, which you should be helping them with it, while they're in high school, letting them know that, hey, you better get it together with your study habits here, because guess what? When you get to college, you're on your own. There's not going to be anybody that'll push you. Not going to be any parents that'll push you. Did you tell your kids about the book fees? Yeah. Did you tell them that was a thing? Book fees? Did you tell your kids about that? So, did you parents tell your kids about book fees? And are you helping them with book fees? Are you helping them with any fees? Come on, guys. It's not over just because they're in college. Doesn't mean that now you don't have any responsibility to help push them along. Why do parents think that? I mean, my child is in college, and the only freedom that I do have is that I'm not totally responsible anymore for her life in a way, especially for school. So like anything that happens to her in school, she's responsible for, right? Whereas before, I was responsible for it, or her mom, both of us. Because if she was late, guess what? We have to come and say, yeah, she was late, because I'm aware she was late. She wasn't somewhere off triggering off or something. She was actually late because of me or because of whatever her excuse is. But now, if they're late, they're late. Whatever happens, happens. It's on them. And I get that. But we still can't, be sitting here ignoring the fact that there are children and they still need our guidance, our help. And they're not totally off our books yet. And what I mean by that, they're just not totally out the house. They're not like living on their own and married or whatever, with kids doing their own thing yet. We still have that responsibility of being their parents. And yeah, I'm on my way home from work, and this just came across me because some of these things I know some other children didn't know, and some things my child didn't know until we talked to her about college and about the transition. And it's a transition. It's a big transition, and people don't realize that. And it's shocking when they get there, because I guess they have this grand idea that college is going to be like living away from home on your own, and it's not totally living on your own, because you still have a lot of expenses to pay. Now, that's the thing too, they will be accruing debt, unless they have some kind of free scholarship. But other than that, if they're doing loans, they're going to have to pay that stuff back. Now, you parents can help that because you have some nice, thriving, great jobs. That's a different story, but I have a good job, but not that good. Not to where it's that good. It's not. But my point is, they still need our guidance. They still need our help. And I'm going to be there for my child, and I suggest that for everyone else out there to be there for their child. I mean, come on. Once they're here, their hours, you have to stay on them. You have to keep on them. You just have to. So I hope this is helpful. I hope, all it is just a reminder that we are still parents to the day we die, to the day, our children get married and leave the house or what have you, or finish school or what have you. And we still have a responsibility to help them, take care of them when they need us. Just because they're grown and living on their own or going to college doesn't mean that's the end. Or, even though sometimes it feels like that, which it is sad too. See, people didn't even prepare me for that. My child didn't go away, but it's the fact of, if she did, it's a very emotional thing, because now your child is pretty much becoming an adult and living in an adult world in adult situations, and you're like, that's my child, they're not my child anymore, and all that. And I didn't realize how emotional that is. That is something that that parents go through too. You know, for the child, it may be like, oh, I'm gonna have some fun and be on my own and all that. But for us parents, it's emotional. It's very like, hey, my child is leaving me. It's growing up. This is it. You know, I have only one. This is it. She's in college, but she's still at home, which I'm kind of happy about. But what about the time when she needs to go away, maybe to med school and stuff like that, right? So, you know, take care of your kids you can't take care of them till the wheels fall off, till you can't take care of them anymore. You know, you have to warn your kids about alcohol and drugs and, you know, SAing and graping, you know what I'm saying? That happens in colleges. You have to tell them about racism, sexism, all the isms that happen in college, because they're out there in a different world now, and there are a lot of predators, and there are a lot of haters. So they have to watch out for those groups of people, your own color, different colors, it doesn't matter. People are people. People of all areas try to hurt you. And so you just have to let your kids know that this stuff is out there. And they have to watch their backs at all times. If you're at a party or wherever you're at, that you don't drink behind people, you don't accept drinks, you don't accept rides, you don't go out into the forest or faraway places away from people, you know, by yourself with groups especially that you're not familiar with, that you just met. You know, you have a lot of cults everywhere, even in the city. Yes, even in the regular city. So you have to be careful of that stuff, because so much is happening right now. And, you know, the trafficking, you know, things. And so it's just so much that college students and any student has to be aware of. And you have to let your children be aware of this stuff. Let your kids know this stuff is out there waiting for them, and they can avoid it, you know. I mean, some people can't, but if you fall in the regular trappings, come on. You can avoid it, but you just have to play it smart. You have to let your kids know to play it smart, that they can't just be trusting of everyone, especially new people that they don't know, that they just met, because they don't know anyone's intent. Always also make sure that you tell your kids that whoever they are friends with at the colleges, make sure that those people go to that school, not that because you have people that come into the schools and they're not going to those schools. They're just actually in there trying to recruit kids for whatever, for religious purposes, cult purposes, whatever. You know, I don't know, different things that are probably going on outside of the school. So you want to make sure to let your kids know those things exist. College is, you know, no joke. It's a different world. It's safe, but not totally safe, because a lot of things you don't expect to happen at colleges, you know, certain things that do, things people don't talk about, people don't mention. So let them know that these things exist, and to keep an open eye for that, especially your young ladies. You know, young ladies fall victims to these guys that are even in the college, because these guys prey upon these young girls that come into college freshman year, who's coming there thinking they're going to party with some, and then they start partying with some upperclassman that's about to graduate, and all they look at is, you know, the fun of it all. They don't look at that they could get hurt, or that they, you know, something could happen, and they'll be, you know, upset about it. So the thing is, you know, let them know these things exist. These things are out there. They have to be focused and aware of people and things that are going on around them. Don't be so blinded and so like trusting of everything. Also, like let them know who to report to if they're having problems, and always to be in contact with you. or with whoever, who's ever at the house, or who's ever, keep a good contact with someone. So that way they'll be aware of what's going on. And then at the schools, make sure that they know that, or be aware that there's contacts at the schools or resources that they can kind of, tap into that can help them. So our kids, are vulnerable, especially if they're naive. A lot of them, because I think a lot of them think things can't happen to them. A lot of them think like they're invincible or something. I don't know, but my thing is, you got to inform them of what is going on. You got to inform them. How would they know? You know, sit them down, talk to them. Talk to them while you're all having dinner. Talk to them on long car rides or trips. See where their minds are at. See what they're thinking. Because and then if now you got some people that are going to school with other friends and groups, or other kids that might come from the same high school. That's a good thing, because at least you're already familiar with some people and have a rapport with some people. Now I know too, just because you go to the same school doesn't mean you all get along. But the thing is, at least there's a lot of familiar faces there, a lot of familiar people, that come from your school or that you may know, or relative. Those are good things. But if you, I'm really, I guess, speaking to people that don't have all that, or don't have a friend base like that, that are kind of loners or by themselves, things of that. That's who I'm trying to like reach out to, trying to inform. But yeah, let them know they need to find out who they're, like, say, the police, campus security, know where all the emergency boxes are at, or the places to go if you need help. Make sure you're not walking around during the dark or in the dark at night, especially by yourself, things of that nature. Try to get a dorm or something, or other than an apartment far away from campus. Try to stay on campus. Don't go, off campus if you can help it. Some people like to go off campus, but be careful with that. It's best to stay on the campus. The closer, the better, and the safer, you are. And I know being on campus could run a little bit more expensive. True. And the thing is, people got to do what they got to do. I understand that. We understand that. But I'm saying, if you can help it, then try to avoid those pitfalls that could get you into trouble, or that could lead to trouble. And that's all the things I'm mentioning by, you're walking in the dark, you're going to parties and just drinking letting people buy you drinks or give you open drinks, things of that nature. So, drugs, whatever. So my thing is, that's this video is for you guys that are like, the one child that's going, who doesn't have anybody there. This is for that student who doesn't have anybody there, no friends, no relatives. This video is for you. Okay? So pay attention to that. Don't take it lightly. Don't take it, like, oh, nothing's gonna happen to me. I'll be okay. I mean, hopefully, yeah. But, you still have to have your guard up. You still have to, be aware. You still have to, do what you need to do to stay safe. Okay? Yes, I am tired. I just got off work. It's like 8 a.m. in the morning. I worked the midnight. I worked last night the midnight shift.